Hello everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. Today we are going to discuss about few short questions for undergraduate level. The first question is about type 2 error in test of hypothesis. A null hypothesis H naught is tested on the basis of sample values only. For this reason, it has no guarantee that always we take right decision regarding acceptance or rejection of H naught. There may occur an error in taking decision. Two types of error may occur. One, type 1 error. Second, type 2 error. Let's go to the screen and try to understand what is type 1 error, what is type 2 error, and what is the difference between them.
Type 1 error is made when a null hypothesis is rejected, though it was really true. Type 2 error is made when a null hypothesis is accepted, though it was really false. There is always a chance of making one of these errors. We'll want to minimize the chance of doing so. In order to ensure a good test of hypothesis, the testing should be designed so as to minimize the type 1 and type 2 error. This is not so simple because for any given sample size, an attempt to decrease one type of error is accompanied by an increase in other type of error. In practice, one type of error may be more serious than the other. Thus, it is wise to reach a compromise to limit the more serious error. In this diagram, H0 null hypothesis, H1 alternative hypothesis. Peach color area is type 2 error, blue color area is type 1 error. Alpha denotes for type 1 error, beta denotes for type 2 error. So this part is 1 minus alpha and this part is 1 minus beta, and this line is for any mean. Type 1 and type 2 error have been shown in matrix form. Along row there is reality and along column there is measure. When null hypothesis H0 is true, if it is accepted, then it is a correct outcome, which is true negative. When null hypothesis H0 is false, if the null hypothesis is accepted, then it is type 2 error, which is false negative. When null hypothesis H0 is true, if it is rejected, then it is of type 1 error, which is false positive. When null hypothesis H0 is false, and if it is rejected, then it is a correct outcome, which is true positive. Now let us try to understand by one example. In reality, H0, the null hypothesis, is Ram is innocent. H1, the alternative hypothesis, is Sham is guilty. When null hypothesis is true, that is, Ram is innocent, and if the null hypothesis is accepted, then correct outcome is Ram is set free. When null hypothesis is false, that H1 is true, H0 is false, that is Sham is guilty, and if it is accepted, null hypothesis H0 is accepted, then there is type 2 error. Sham is guilty, but By type 2 error, sham is set free. When null hypothesis is true and if null hypothesis is rejected, then that is type 1 error. Null hypothesis was Ram is innocent, but due to type 1 error, Ram is punished. When null hypothesis is false and if it is rejected, then it is a correct outcome. Sham was guilty, so in this case, Sham is punished. Here is a question number 1, which appeared in semester examination. In a test of hypothesis corresponding to a particular level of significance among all critical region, best critical region has option A least type 1 error, option B least type 2 error, option C greatest type 1 error, option D greatest type 2 error. Option B is the correct answer. Another question is there from test of hypothesis. Question number 3. In a test of hypothesis, type 1 error committed when option A null hypothesis is rejected though it was really false. Option B null hypothesis is rejected though it was really true. Option C null hypothesis is accepted though it was really false. Option D null hypothesis is accepted though it was really true. And now you have learned the definition of type 1 error. So option B is the correct answer. Null hypothesis is rejected though it was really true.
It is not so difficult to understand the difference between type 1 and type 2 error. In real life, sometimes we see that the criminals are set free due to type 2 error and innocents are jailed due to type 1 error. If you search history, you will find ample examples that innocents were jailed for several years due to type 1 error, whereas criminals are set free still today due to type 2 error. Though both the errors are inversely proportional to each other, that is, if we minimize type 1 error, type 2 error will increase, and if we reduce type 2 error, type 1 error will increase. Anyway, from the point of seriousness of type 2 error, we will always minimize type 2 error corresponding to alpha level of significance.
Rest of the questions I will discuss in another video. Hope all of you have understood the error part of test of hypothesis. If you have any question, please drop in the comment box.